I already mentioned Adobe Multimedia, but I'll mention it for you. We are going through the elective classes for your senior year. Um, Adobe Multimedia, you learn to use the Adobe program. Anatomy and physiology is the study of the body, both the study of the parts of the body, but also the physiology, the chemistry of the body. I wish I would have known that that's just a fancy word for chemistry when I took it in college. It might have helped me. But maybe not. But I still know the anatomy. Uh, the physiology is part of it. And art history, we're hoping to have an art teacher as well. We will offer an art class. We just don't know exactly who will teach it, or whether it will be just a regular art class, or if it will be one that pairs the art with the history of the automotive and small engine repair. If you want to go to World of Wheels, World of Walls, yeah, and get first place, take it. And I'm pretty sure that your parents would be very happy if you learned to repair the snowblower for them, so they don't have to pay them to repair. Band, choir, you know that. We will, unless Mr. Lambert says otherwise, we will offer a 0-hour band once again. It's the largest of our band sections. So, and then a computer-aided design and production. That's where you design things on the computer, and the 3D computer makes them come to life. Computer security and information system. Again, we need a teacher, but Mrs. Schrag's on it. And this is about more like what the computer is, and then how do we keep it secure. I'm not very good with those kinds of things, so I can't give you a really in-depth answer. Now, drama, everybody knows what drama is, but if you're going to pick a semester class, I need an elective for first semester as well. And it either needs to be something that is first semester, we'll say first semester on there, or it needs to be a class that you can take just only for semester, like choir or PE or something like that you take first semester, and then second semester you take drama. If it's a first semester class, like speech, but you don't want to take drama, then you need to give me something that is second semester. And again, you can enter choir second semester, you can enter band second semester, you can enter PE second semester. That's not true of all classes, but it is true of some. Family consumer science, you know what that is. It's kind of this melding of what we used to call home ec, cooking and sewing and things like that, with some budgeting and some life skills tucked in there. Health and nutrition was new this year. If you want to know more about that, you can talk to Mrs. Zesson. I believe we'll be offering it again next year. It's gone over very well, but you're going to learn about physical health. You're going to learn about food and those sorts of things. Keep a food blog and things like that. And Introduction to Industrial Arts is kind of just an overview of industrial arts. You'll probably use some woods, you'll probably use some metals, you might work on the cars a little bit, engines, it's a little bit of everything. Introduction to Programming, you learn how to program a computer. Journalism and yearbook, you're pretty familiar with. The journalism class does create our yearbook every year, but that's not all that journalism does. You learn about journalistic writing and that sort of thing. You learn a little bit about photography in that class as well. Lifetime sports are sports that you can ostensibly enjoy for a lifetime, like or pickleball or ping pong or something like that. And that's the people that are out here doing that right now. So music theory, we technically we offer music theory 1, 2, and 3. You have to take music theory 1 to take music theory 2. You have to take music theory 2 to take music theory 3. I know that's high level math, but music theory is just a class about making music and how music fits together. It's kind of the science of music. Personal finance, I wish this was a required class. You learn how to budget, you learn how to spend your money and save your money and all that. If your parents ask, it is from a Christian perspective. It is not a secular curriculum. It is a Christian curriculum. Yes. Did you have No, not yet. I said no. I always forget. Okay, photography is photography. And you've seen the pictures up there, and you learn how to take pictures and lighting and about the camera itself and all kinds of stuff. Robotics, the first semester you do a kit robot, second semester you design and build your own robot. Speech gives you the opportunity to learn how to do public speaking. Here's the thing. Most people are going to, at some time, going to have to give a speech. And that ability, that skill, will help you for the rest of your life. Now, some of you are like, I'd rather, I don't know, be in a car crash than talk in front of people. In fact, when they did a greatest fears, the number one fear was speaking in public, and the second one was death, which caused Jerry Seinfeld to say that means that if you're at a funeral, more people would rather be in the casket than be the speaker. I don't get that because I talk in front of people for a living, but it can help you with that. And if you really seriously, if you are terrified, I shouldn't have to say louder. You should. So if you are petrified of public speaking, this might help you loosen up because when you go to college, you will probably have to give a speech somewhere sometime. Amy, this is being recorded. This is the last time I will tell you. So, because you're going to ask a question. Sports medicine, I don't know if we're going to offer it. I can't promise you offer it. I'm hoping that they can find some time in either Mr. Dosler's or Mrs. Essen's schedule, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. Web development is about creating websites. Weightlifting, you have to take weightlifting 1 if you've never taken weightlifting. You can take weightlifting 2 if you've taken weightlifting 1. However, sometimes he'll let people in that have done lifting on their own, like they go to the gym with their parents or whatever, and they lift weights. But that would be a question you would ask Mr. Dotzler or Mrs. Zessen, not me. Then Woods 1 is an industrial arts class where you work with wood. I think I told you last year that in high school my husband made that bookshelf, and it barely is still standing. A little bit worse for the wear, but still feeling good. So these are classes that you can take as an 11th and 12th grader. Accounting, I don't know that we're going to offer that. I'm pretty sure we won't. If you didn't take AP US History this year, it is open to you as a senior to take that. That's what I did. I love US History. It's my favorite history. I was a social studies teacher, and so I took regular US History as a junior. I got college credit for it. Now, with an AP class, you are not guaranteed college credit. Your college credit comes from the test at the end of the year. So you have to get a 4 or a 5 on that test. A 5 is higher to get college credit on that test. So it isn't automatic. With full credit, it is automatic. Contemporary issues and global affairs. I wish this was a required class because here's the deal. In contemporary issues and global affairs, you discuss subjects that are current to us and oftentimes rancorous. Oftentimes it's things about which people disagree. And I think taking that class, especially if you're going to a secular university, taking that class in a safe place from a Christian perspective would be very helpful to you get on campus and there's some protest against something or for something, or there's a gay pride day or whatever, and that would help you, I think, um, deal with those issues where you're not all yelling at each other and angry at each other. And you can disagree. I mean, you can disagree and disagree agreeably, and that's what would happen in that class. So drone technology, we are planning on having a drone class, and by the time you're done, especially if you take both classes, you'll be certified with drones. You can get a job in it. Dual credit, you already know what that is. So you take a class from a college online, and it has to be with one of our partners. I will give you a second study hall if you have a first study hall, but you will have a study hall dedicated to that to work on that class. Use that time to do that. I hear over and over again, not over and over again, but I've heard a number of times that the person is doing nothing in study hall, and that's the study hall they're supposed to use for the class. And it ends up, we've had students fail classes. Their parents have paid $200 or something like that to take this class, and they failed. Why? Because they sat in study hall and talked instead of working. So if you know that you're the kind of person that's not going to take that time, and you can ask Morgan. Morgan does a great job with that. If you're just gonna mess around, you're wasting your parents' money. If you're gonna do a good job on it, you're saving your parents a lot of money. You can take these classes in the summer. You can take them in first semester, second semester. They're all a semester long. And I, not at Cornerstone, but I have heard of students that enter college as sophomores. If I had it to do over again, if we would have had this with Lane, I would have had them take 2 classes each semester starting this summer before his junior year. And he would have entered college as a sophomore, which saves your parents. You're not paying for 1 whole year of college. That saves thousands of dollars. So it's well worth the money. But it is at parental expense. You pay for that. Cornerstone doesn't pay for that. That grade is graded the same way, or the GPA for it is the same as an AP class. So if you get an A, any A, you get a 5.0. If you get a B, any B, you get a 4.0. If you get a C, any C, you get a 3.0. If you get a D or an F, you just get a 0. So that's dual credit, and you need to make that one of your electives if you choose that. If it's going to be on your schedule, you and your parents will get an email from me saying that there's a place for dual credit, giving all the information. How do you do this? And you need to let me know if you don't want a dual credit class, because I'm gonna give you a study hall for that. So let me know if you're not going to take a dual credit class. Obviously, music theory 3, you'd have to have taken 1 and 2, and I'm not sure anyone has at this point. We are offering psychology next year. We are 100% offering psychology next year. I will not be the teacher, but we have a teacher. It's Mrs. Arch, who is a teacher upstairs, and she's wonderful. I've known her since we was in I was actually her mentor through confirmation. So she knows way more about psychology than I do anyway. She has at least a minor in it, I think. So, and then sports or Spanish 3, it is probably for you. You would have needed to take Spanish 3 this year, so that probably doesn't. If you want to try and skip a year and get into Spanish 3, good luck, but it probably won't. And sports medicine 2 is kind of not available because we haven't offered sports 1 for a while, and you have your team. 12th grade electives. So advanced math. If you are taking advanced math right now, that is a required class for you. If you want to take a 4th year of math, and by the way, if you're going to Lincoln, they require 4 years of math. Now, so your choice is take advanced math or a math, but for most of you it would be advanced math, or take a math class at college, because they'll make you do that because you were deficient in math. So if you're going to Lincoln, you want to have 4 years of math. or take it at Lincoln, and it would cost more there. Advanced math is what other classes call, other schools call pre-calculus. That's mostly what it is. If you are in advanced math right now, that is your required class. I'm not sure how UNL would view. I think how UNL would view that is that you took 8th grade algebra 1, and they would count that as you have 4 years of high school math. You just took one of them. I don't know that for sure, but that's my guess. I don't think you have to take AP Cal in order to get into. And they'll let you in. They just will make you take more math. I don't think they would if you've taken pre-cal. We don't count that AP. We don't count that algebra 1 in 8th grade as college, as high school credit. Most colleges do. They just assume you took algebra 1 in 8th grade. And I'll probably put it in the letter for you when I send your transcript. Physics, you can take regular physics. You've already taken that as a junior. It's not advanced, it's AP. So AP Physics, again, you can get college credit only if you get a 4 or a 5. Spanish 4, if you are thinking, I want to test out a Spanish foreign language in college, you have to take Spanish. You'll know a little bit more, only waiting, having 1 year. You use it or you lose it. And I know this because I was nearly fluent in French, and now I'm struggling along. If you're wanting to, and then the other, and I'm not just saying this, I say this every year, not even when her daughter is in class. Why wouldn't she spend another year with and then TA, teacher's assistant. Teacher's assistant is you go upstairs and you help a teacher during a class period. I want to tell you this now. If you're going to abuse that, if you're going to show up late, if you're going to be late to to your class back downstairs again, it's not going to go well for you. If you're not going to be helpful to the teacher, it's not going to go well for you. But it is a joy for many students and for many teachers that they go upstairs. So and then it would go in whatever empty place you have in your schedule. I figure out the whole schedule, and then whatever's left, that's when you're a TA. Mrs. Schrog makes those pairings. I give her the names. These are the people that want TA. These are the people that have TA in their schedule, and then she prayerfully pairs each of them. I want to give you just a little bit of advice, and then I'll answer questions. Don't leave high school before you graduate. I see over and over again kids who are mentally, emotionally gone, and then we've also seen, and it's no longer true that we've had no students, but the vast majority of our part-time students check out. Now, we've helped that a little bit because we require them to come to chapel, but they don't always come. And you guys, you are, and what I see in you, especially this group, you are the leaders. You are the senior leaders, and we have really good leadership in this group. Some of you, because I've taught you for now, this is my second year. Some of you I've seen phenomenal growth. Some of you already had that phenomenal growth when you came. And so there's nothing that you can do with that time that that is necessary. This you don't get to do. Look, you're going to work for the rest of your life. I'm 62 years old. I've been working since I was 22. In some way or another. Sometimes I wasn't getting paid when I was changing diapers and teaching my own kids. But I had work to do. You've got the rest of your life. Stay where you are. Stay here. Now, if your parents want you to go half-time, that's a decision for Mr. Wood to approve. But I think, and I could be wrong, I think that the students that have gone part-time, especially the ones that have gone part-time, and when you come back for I'm looking forward to the first reunion. Kids are talking about stuff. So that's my plea to you. What are your questions? Yeah, it's keeping track of numbers of money and making sure that everything lines up, like all the money is accounted for.
That would help. Like, let's say I want to get a side hustle as like a bookkeeper when I'm in college. That would help with that.
Yeah.
Well, we aren't.
Well, I don't know. I don't think we are. I don't know 100%, but it's unlikely. Yes. Yeah. So you have 2.5 required classes. So and it says on here how many I want you to give me. So for seniors, I want you to give me 10. And I'm telling you right now, don't I say 10?
Yes.
Yeah. I ran out of electives for several seniors, even with 10 electives. Yeah. So if you want to rank the whole doggone thing from first to 30 or whatever it is, do that. But yeah, he will.
No, I mean like answers.
Okay, I know. But what else did I completely answer that?
I think so.
Yeah. So it's give me at least 10. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, finally.
So what are said 2.5 classes? Why is one of them half?
Okay. Oh yeah, that's what you're talking about. So listen, you are required to take the whole year of Bible. You are required to take the whole year of British literature, whether that's and you'll get an email about which British literature. So that's 2 classes and a semester of government. That's it. So 6.5. Yeah, right? Or 5.5.
So we get 5.5 electives.
Yes, thank you. First semester. It's always first semester. So whatever you do after that needs to be a second semester. So you can't put speech because that's a first. You can put speech, but it can't be. Okay.
Is health and nutrition like
No.
No.
The only PE credit
What PE do you do?
Well, I heard someone
is
say
an
that, so I
academic.
was just
Yeah, well, someone. It's you have to. Yeah, you have to somehow have activity.
yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah.
So if you already have a TA class, the second semester, can you do a different TA class on top of your other one for government?
Can you have more than one TA
Yeah.
class?
So like for say government, if I already have a TA class, after government, that second semester, can I do another TA class?
Yes, that has to be approved by Mrs. But I might guess. And I often do that. I often have nothing to do.
So could I like write?
Yeah, write that in there too. Yeah. Yes. You have to have 1 year, 2 semesters of PE to graduate. And I will look through all of your transcripts this summer, and I will make sure that you graduate. Well, if you pass, that's on you. I can't do that.
Who teaches the
for global issues.
That's Mr. Bean.
And if I didn't take Algebra 1 like at all, is that gonna be
Don't tell them
Yes.
otherwise.
Can I take normal, like if I didn't take this in, if I want to take it next year, can I write it down here?
Sure.
You said it only says advanced or AP. Would I be able to take an advanced class without taking?
I don't, well,
It's
yeah,
whatever.
that's the, so all we offer in terms of physics is AP physics.
Okay, then I'll.
You're in chemistry now, right?
Well, I already took
Right.
college level, and then I'm in anatomy and physiology.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, put it on there. Yes.
Okay. So is contemporary issues like, is that just like racism or does it go through like
It's mostly about issues. Talking about different issues in
So
our,
does it talk about groups or like does it talk about groups and their relation to those issues or does it?
maybe you need to talk to Mr. Mann.
Oh.
He can tell you more than I can. Okay, yeah, I've already answered yours, so I'm gonna go on. So I'll come back, yes. No, it is not. No, it is not. Yeah, you need 2 years of art, you need 4 semesters of an art class, not an art class, but 1 year.
Require advanced.
Yes, so you need 4 semesters of that. What? Yes, photography, do you want me to list the ones that are art credit? Some of you, so, Adobe Multimedia, art history, band, choir, drama, journalism, music theory, photography, speech. Yeah, all of those are fine arts. So if you've taken 2 years of choir, you're done. It can be 2 years of the same thing.
So a lot of people in my grade, like we started algebra 1 8th grade year, but then freshman year they had us do algebra 1 over again with like the new book or whatever we were doing in high school. So like if you did go to Lincoln, would that count as doing algebra 1?
No, they see your 9th grade algebra 1 and that would be.
So then I would have to do advanced grade.
Yeah. Okay, whose hand was up back there? Yeah. Pay attention.
We take dual credit over dual credits are semester.
Yeah, and we've had students do this. The students have assumed that the semester for dual credit ends when our semester ends. It's not. It's when the college's semester ends. And that's usually like 2 weeks or, I don't know who it is. I don't know. That you have to get it done by then.
So so if it starts earlier, would I just end Saturday?
No.
I would just take
Yeah, you take it in a different class period. You could first semester. I mean, you would first semester. Okay. Yes.
There is semester long class.
No, it's a year. Got a question? I'm back.
Oh, wait. With the 12th grade electives, advanced math and AP Calc, what is like the difference and like what one is better?
That's where
You're
you're in
in
advanced math.
Okay.
And you
I
can't
call it
take,
pre-calc, so.
so you can't take calc unless you take.
Okay, alright.
So what if you're
Because they're both only senior years, so that seems a bit fallacious.
But that's not the right answer. Not per se. Okay, so what are you wanting to major?
Computer science. So I am going to be taking
Take
A.
calc.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, is this a ragged personal finance? No. Is this ragged?
Right now, we don't offer accounting. I don't know if we're gonna offer it next year, and so, yes.
So if like, are we able to take it almost city hall if we don't want to take
That you have, there has to be a reason for us.
it? Because the,
Like, you can take one, but you have to have a reason for a second.
Leave one flag.
and then Mr. Smith do computer security.
I don't know if, I don't think he's coming. I don't think, I know Mr. Benson is. So I think we're looking for a new president. And I know we're looking, I just, I think it's gonna be someone. Yes. Hang on, I need you to be just a little bit louder.
Can I take
Yes,
again?
yes. Yes,
So,
if
like,
you
how
take
does-
something from Metro,
Yeah, like if I was
that's not dual credit.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you have to get permission for that, so you need to talk to Mr. Hood.
Okay.
They usually say yes. And then use it right wisely, which I know you will. Yes. Oh, did you have a, your
Yeah. What colleges are the dual credit? And will those credits apply to every college?
Yeah.
If I bring them to a college that's not Christian, or would it just?
Yeah, so nearly all colleges accept dual credit from all other colleges, universities, because they almost all offer them and they want other colleges granting theirs. My guess is Harvard, Yale, Princeton, they're gonna go, no, you have to do, but yeah. So, the ones that we have now are Dort, Laterno, and then Christian Halls, which has, if you go to their website, it has a plethora of colleges, that you can, choose from. So at this point, we probably have 8 colleges, including the Christian Halls ones that we partner with. Yes,
Is contemporary just local
second semester.
So would we be able to take that the second semester after government? Or
That's
would-
the only time.
No, but I mean like
It's always paired.
let's say it's third period government, right? And then
It's probably gonna be 5th and 6th.
no, but I mean like hypothetically if you would have it at the same period.
Probably. Most likely.
I'm just wondering if he gives government.
It's kind of a sausage factory making this. I mean, it's just me and a piece of paper and this and
Gotcha. Okay. I have like a list.
nobody wants to see it. It's yeah. Yes. And it takes a long time, so please get these into me. Okay, are we done with questions?
One of these do.
Oh, let's make them do, I don't know. Let's make them do the Friday after Easter.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
It's like, okay, well, if it's.
Here, I'll go back to my. I'll go back.
Friday after 14. I was like 9.